Well, no.
This guy with these buttons.
Well, see, to be
a family of anime and mangas that very much relies on fight scenes. I think we all know which one we're talking about, but might as well use the song anyways. I actually haven't been watching the new animes, the new episodes of Boruto. But there is a big arc going on right now, and our resident otaku knows very much about this arc and is very excited about the ramifications of this arc. Stop!
3 and 28.
We're not the ones saying anything, Tim.
God dang it, Tim. All right. Devontae, tell us what's going on in this arc, with this time travel.
God dang Otsutsuki again.
What'd they do?
We got Urashiki Otsutsuki, who sends Boruto and Sasuke back in time. Particularly the point where Sasuke leaves the village. So what's basically going on is Boruto is interacting with everybody, and there are going to be serious consequences because he's not covering his face or anything. They basically just see like this clone of Naruto.
Like, I think somebody even says like, you look very much like Naruto. Is it Hinata?
Hinata hits on him.
Yeah.
Like
on her own son.
That's hilarious.
Not just him. Sasuke.
He does.
He has some type of outfit that he wears, but it's not good. It's
hey,
not a good
at
disguise.
least it won't be like the. Well, I'd say it's obviously riffing off the Back to the Future scenario, but hey, at least it won't riff off of the Futurama riff on the Back to the Future.
he's his own granddad.
The thing that kills me is that Tsunade looks at both Boruto and Sasuke without masks on, and Sasuke is very obviously an adult Uchiha when there shouldn't be one.
Well, there's only one other.
Yeah,
There's only one other.
Wait, pause. See, here's the thing about Sasuke. It's perfectly believable that no one believes that that's Sasuke.
Well, I could see a
No,
Genjutsu.
no,
I could
it's
see it
totally
like a passive
fine,
Genjutsu
but
yeah.
or something.
But the point being is that you cannot mistake him for anything but an Uchiha.
Exactly.
It's so obvious.
That's actually not necessarily true. He could literally just have anybody in a Genjutsu and be showing them, like as long.
Different face.
Yeah,
This is the Godame Hokage that you're talking about here.
Okay,
This
and
isn't like
she's-
your run-of-the-mill, like...
Yeah, but she's not as strong as Sasuke. She's not as strong as that Sasuke. You know she's not.
Yeah.
You know she's not.
That's true.
To be fair, Sasuke has basically the power of a god.
To be fair.
Recall that like Naruto's
For our
very-
Letterkenny fans.
Yeah, but Naruto's very secular, and in the cycle, what Tsunade represents has never been strong with Genjutsu. Like Tsunade's style of character is not the Genjutsu strength type. If it was Orochimaru, oh hell no, right?
No, he'd know something was up.
Right, but Tsunade is not the character to realize it. But regardless, still, he's an Uchiha. Like it screams it from the top.
But I
of the
have a
lower.
hard time believing he would just, like, put on a Genjutsu.
I don't. Not when the implications of time travel happen. Given if they are actually in the past, like, but
They are.
they are actually in the past.
They're
Okay,
legit
then
in the
I
past.
wholeheartedly believe he is doing something to mask their presence to where they're not.
Okay, but if he was going to use a
Tenfly, bud.
Genjutsu, why even use a disguise?
Oh, do they use a disguise?
Yeah,
Okay,
Sasuke does.
okay. I apologize. I didn't know that. Then I'm not sure.
That's why I'm saying they have a whole ass Uchiha just running around
Okay.
and, like...
A very obvious Uchiha.
With
disguise,
a douchey fedora.
Yeah, with the douchey fedora.
Oh no,
I don't even think they had fedoras then.
So the plot is Urashiki wants to go back in time, kill Naruto, and steal the Nine Tails chakra before he becomes,
of course.
able to master it or whatever. And you get like a lot of interactions between Boruto and Naruto. There's one scene that's actually pretty sad. Naruto and Boruto sleep at Naruto's place, and Naruto just straight up asks Boruto, "What's his dad like?" And
Yeah, and it's like, you're my daddy.
Boruto's like, "My dad's pretty strong. Like he carries the weight of the whole village on his shoulders." And Naruto's like, "That's nice."
I cried, man.
It's crazy. The
Well, no.
this guy with these buttons.
Well, see, to be right, I saw it. It emphasized how freaking detached the new generation is from the old, I'm like, you people have grown up in the equivalent of a freaking hug blanket, because there's never been a case in which a generation of ninja were so detached from the previous generation.
They
Well,
even talk
Boruto
about
starts-
that too.
Well,
Yeah.
The
Boruto
adults
starts
even
to
talk
realize
about
it. It
that.
seems
I think
like
that's what this is doing, because he sees Naruto in full on Nine Tails rage mode, and he's like, "Yo, this is what the cloak chakra looked like before you mastered it," and it's pretty insane. And the interactions with Jiraiya, which is like the big theory for this arc, Jiraiya might live because they changed the timeline, obviously.
I hope
So-
not. I still hope not. As much as I
how
love
are they changing
That's
it for
such a
him
guiding
though?
point for Naruto.
Because
as well.
Pain,
it's a huge
Do
moment.
In the manga,
time travel.
Okay, in the anime, let's start with the anime first. Naruto and Sasuke go back in time, and
Boruto,
Boruto.
same character.
Boruto notices Jiraiya, and he's like, "Hey, that's the dude that was in the picture with my dad." And Sasuke's like, "Yeah, that was his master. Blah blah blah. We'll never be as close as him. Blah 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 blah. He was a legendary signing and all that good stuff."
Yeah.
That spotlights Jiraiya because like they've been giving Jiraiya a lot of camera time in this arc.
Yeah.
And in the Boruto manga, there's a character that is masked that's a part of Kara. That's the terrorist group with the Osusuki Jigen, or Ishiki, that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this guy uses toads, which we only know one other character that uses toads and frogs in that way.
Aside from Naruto being Jiraiya.
Yeah. So the theory is that the time arc is going to alter Jiraiya's fate somehow, and Jiraiya is going to try to protect Naruto from the shadows from this organization, seeing as he has a big fight with the Otsutsuki in this arc. So it's going to be like a triple team up: Boruto,
Right.
Sasuke, and Jiraiya versus Urashiki Otsutsuki.
I really hope not. Only because to me Jiraiya was
His death.
as was said, it was a huge turning point for Naruto. Literally, it's one of the few anime moments that made me cry. Just
Yeah, I was legit.
it's a
It's
huge
sad.
moment.
Yeah.
And
Because Jiraiya is such a pivotal. He's such a big character for Naruto.
not only that, and if they were going to do this, if they were going to bring him back, they would have done it. In my opinion, if they're going to do it, they should have done it during the war, because that would have been the only time to do it. No, I agree. I'm glad they didn't. I'm wholeheartedly glad they didn't. He's the one character I did not want to see brought back, and they even gave the reason that he couldn't, and it's the fact that his body is crushed at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, like, see, here's my thing, right? Especially related to character death, especially another reason why Jiraiya shouldn't come back is that when you die thematically, you're dead. Like, when you have completed your character arc, there's no reason to ever bring you back.
The only reason I would like to see Jiraiya return, if all this does pan out the way that it does, is I think that adult Naruto needs that moment with Jiraiya. That I honestly feel like
Because he didn't get to say goodbye to him.
no, he didn't get to say goodbye at all.
Yeah.
And like if he could see,
Well, that's because he was trying to protect
yeah, I know.
Naruto and everything.
But I feel like Naruto deserves like
That
look,
moment.
look how far I've come, Dad. That isn't my dad.
Yeah, because he was
like-
his equivalent of his dad.
Yeah, like he
never got
needs
that.
As funny as terrible as this is, it made me think of a meme that I've been seeing over Facebook lately. It's side character fights a tough enemy. Your theme doesn't start playing.
Oh man,
It's a really tough fight.
it starts raining.
It starts raining. I hate that I'm laughing at it, but it is.
It was super accurate.
It's accurate.
Look, all I'm saying is this. In the same way, if you wanted to have an opportunity for him to have that previous generation looking on him and being proud of his progress, which is what happened during the Great War for a bunch of people, especially Shikamaru and Asuna,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It didn't happen there, and I was perfectly fine with it not happening there.
It didn't need to happen there.
Right. In fact, I think the one character who I wanted it to happen to, but it didn't happen, is Neji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Neji and Neji's father would have been a really great
Dude,
moment.
that would have been so good.
And they skipped that, so I'm just like, no, Jiraiya doesn't need to be here at all.
Well, that's another point, because Boruto gets to meet his uncle.
Yeah, he straight up yells, "Uncle Neji."
Yep.
Oh, I mean, he gave himself away.
I mean,
But
nobody's
Net-
paying attention.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I guess because,
the
like, why would...
repercussions are going to be extreme.
But that's because why would Neji think that he would have nephew.
Especially
he
a
calls
nephew that looks
Naruto
like Naruto.
dad too.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because like you can't
Those
ever
kids are kind
pass-
of dumb.
like
Completely.
Well, Neji would never believe it. Period.
Yeah.
You could never convince Neji that
Naruto.
Boruto is related to him in any way because Neji is distinctly aware of the Yuga genealogy.
Yeah.
There cannot be a new Yuga popping up in relation to him. No one can walk up to Neji and call him uncle. He knows every member of his family. You know, Neji is distinctly aware of every
He probably would
living
never
Yuga.
think that Naruto and Hinata would have gotten together.
No, I'm pretty sure that he was behind that 100%
No,
after that.
No, I'm
uppercut.
just saying.
As traditional as he is, there's no way he would have thought that an outsider like Naruto would have married the clan princess. There's no,
No
fucking
way.
At that time.
At that
time.
timeline.
No.
In that timeline.
Sure, because it's before Shippuden. But
Yes.
but no, what I mean is like, as far as confirming that Naruto and Hinata have some relationship, I'm pretty sure that uppercut did it.
I think that uppercut sold the fact that Naruto wasn't just going to take anything. Like, I don't think they had anything to do. No.
Yeah, you got like the top of the generation and the bottom of the generation, and the bottom one.
Yep.
That uppercut was more about, like, class system than it was anything else. To
But-
me.
Epic fight.
But Neji was also a slave too, so it's
Yeah.
like two
Yeah,
underdogs
he's a slave
fighting
to
it out.
destiny.
Well, because, like, Naruto even
not
pulled up
Destiny,
and
man.
showed his seal mark. He's like, you're not alone, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No, it's,
But-
you're getting enamored by Naruto.
It's my thing, man.
Yeah, shoot, it's the classic thing. We've all had it since high school.
I should have kept
Used to
the.
be.
Some of us before.
Yeah.
So part of that Weeb song, there actually
Yeah,
is a
actually,
bit about
middle
Naruto. I should have kept that on there.
I wouldn't mind Jiraiya coming back. Like he's
I'm
he's
against
known
it.
for infiltrating.
Okay, so you know how we talked about earlier about how Uncle Ben never comes back in Spider-Man?
'Cause if you complete your
He's
character
Naruto's
arc-
Uncle Ben.
If you complete your character arc and die,
You
you're
can't
gone.
let him come back.
I wouldn't mind him coming back though.
I mean, sure, you might have the nice feels for a minute there, but then you're like, he doesn't need to be back.
In my opinion,
It's not
he's a
right.
character that should stay dead.
It's the
as
same.
bad as that is.
No, it's the same reason why Tony Stark can never reappear in the MCU.
It cheapens his
Until he
death.
does. Until he does.
Until he does.
And I'm done.
Until he does in
I
Secret
will, I will
Wars.
drop all of cinematic Marvel in that
gonna
one
happen.
moment. I don't
Secret
He's
care.
Wars.
gonna. You know it's gonna happen.
If it's an Elseworlds,
He's going to come back as an AI. He's not going to come back as a human being. He'll come back as an AI.
No, they'll recast and they'll say he's from another Earth, another
I
multiverse.
would hope not.
Look, if they Elseworlds Iron Man, I
Ruining
don't care.
potential for Ironheart.
No.
I don't want Ironheart.
Who
Okay,
wants Ironheart? Anyway, just no.
you like Ironheart?
Riri Williams Ironheart? Because if it's gonna be like Morgan Stark Ironheart, I'll accept it. But it ain't gonna be Riri Williams. That can go and fly off into the distance.
I like.
No, we don't have time for a Dane syndrome. we don't.
I'm totally
reject.
okay with that kid from Iron Man 3 becoming Iron Lad for the Young Avengers. I'm down
Yeah,
for that.
I'm
To be
cool with that
completely
too.
honest, I don't
Dr.
want to iron
Doom.
anything anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever. Dr.
Anyways,
Doom can
back to
become
the
Iron
weeb
Man
stuff.
Before Ironheart does.
Back to the Weeb stuff.
But anywho, my point being is just
Taco
like in,
stuff.
just like in Tony Stark, just like in the case of Tony Stark, when you complete your character arc and die
3 and
completing
27,
it,
but who's
you're
counting?
just done.
That's not a point. That's not a point.
He's going to cry over it. Poor Tim.
Oh my god!
I mean, we're rapidly approaching him getting only 1 out of every 10 words correctly.
No.
We're going to get you like I can't even say thesaurus right now.
The Tim effect.
So to give another example of an anime that honestly has a bad problem of bringing characters that are dead back or
Dragon Ball.
Actually, not Dragon Ball was not my example. Fairy Tail.
bring Cell back.
Oh, man.
Fairy Tail has a terrible track record of killing off a character early and then bringing them back by some BS means.
Power of friendship.
You're fine.
Okay, wait. But in Dragon Ball, there's actually only 2 cases of revival that I have to complain about. And in Dragon Ball Z, it's Goku returning after the Cell arc and
Yup.
Vegeta returning after the Buu arc.
Yup.
Like, y'all 2 are dead.
Stretch them legs, boy. Get over that cord.
You completed your character arcs in each one of those iterations, and you
Well,
never should have came
Oh,
back.
I agree. Vegeta, I was fine with going back because honestly, he should have.
No, but
Anyways, to give the idea, so the early example that I can think of is what's her name? Ultir is Gray's master's kid, who during the big tournament arc at the end of it uses all of her time magic to rewind time by a minute to save basically everybody because they all
Yeah.
get deja vu and everybody dodges what would have killed them.
They also were stuck on a planet, not planet, an island for like 3 years or something.
And then immediately got brought back.
Yeah.
It's just the Fairy Tail had a very, very bad habit of bringing back characters. Like
There's a reason why it was never part of the top
Yeah.
tier shonen.
I still enjoy it. I'm even enjoying their new the 100 Years quest thing.
Is
that
it
they're
like
doing
a spin-off or something?
No, it's a direct continuation. Hiro Mashima though is not the one doing it. He's storyboarding it, but he did not want to do it. He's currently working on Eden Zero, which is his next big manga, which is actually it's actually
good.
really good.
I love it.
I like Eden Zero a lot. It's much better written in my
He
opinion.
got that crossover coming too, bro.
Right? No, that actually
And that's
looks
getting
cool.
an anime.
But it's just I'm fine with characters coming back when it means something. Jiraiya to me wouldn't mean anything when he comes back.
It works okay while they're in the past, but if they bring him to the present,
Right.
it
If
doesn't
they,
work.
Like, if they go back to the past and visit and he shows up again, cool. I'm okay with that. But the fact that just bringing him back now, I think would not cheapen his death, but I definitely think it wouldn't do any favors to it.
A lot of time has passed since that, obviously, but still, a lot of people that have been watching
I know
since
people
day
would- I know-
one will be very upset.
I know some people would be happy because Jiraiya is one of the fan favorite characters.
He is. He's one of the best.
I just want closure for Naruto. That's all I want.
Naruto's fine.
Naruto
If
married
this
Hinata,
does
he got
happen,
his
he'll
closure.
probably get that.
That's all I want.
I don't know.
Listen,
Well-
so for me, right, a story is something that goes down a straight path. It's a road, okay? And once a character reaches their point in the road where their story is done, you can bring them up in a memory. We can flashback and we can reference to keep context, but we never need to bring that character back. And that's where I am for Jiraiya.
Yeah, Jiraiya's story, I feel like, other than them going back in the past, just nice to have him
Right.
there. But I would be very annoyed if they brought him back to present time because his death was very important.
Well, no, it's the same thing with Asuna, too. Asuna's in the exact same boat as Jiraiya. And they had an opportunity to bring Jiraiya back like they brought Asuna back to do the same thing, retain some closure with his, advanced student at this
Yeah.
point. There's no reason to have had that opportunity there and then didn't do it
It'd
again.
be the equivalent of them bringing back Naruto's parents back to life.
Which actually,
There was an emotional equivalent to that.
funny enough, I actually wouldn't be upset about that one.
Me either.
No.
It'd just be annoying, though, at that point.
Well, if they did Kushina, maybe, but like they've already had the moment with Minato.
yeah, he's had his moment with Minato. I think bringing Kushina back for at least, like something would be at least nice because
So
he got
We could have 3 Sakuras in one episode.
he got a small amount of closure with her when he had when he fought Kurama inside himself with her.
Yeah, and
but
he
it
got
wasn't actually her.
No.
At least with Minato, it was actually him. He actually helped him. Like he was there. It was
Yeah.
actually a closure moment with his dad. I would like to see something with that for his mom.
That was during
No,
the Great
imagine
Ninja
that
War.
gravitas with Jiraiya,
yeah,
bro.
but
We got
Jiraiya
that-
to
we
me.
got that with Naruto and Minato in a movie too.
Well, the different thing though. Different thing. He also never realized Minato was his dad.
yeah, no.
It was implied.
He
It
never
was
realized it.
implied. Minato straight up said, "If I had a son, I want him to be
Yeah,
like
but
you."
Naruto's an
But,
idiot.
I mean,
Yeah.
Naruto's retarded.
Naruto's
That's
an
true.
idiot.
That's true.
He never realized. That was a really good movie too, actually.